Well, we've grown a weep nitty bong, everybody. TFA 1024, the TF Addict here. Coming to you with a live stream I didn't really think was going to be necessary, but apparently it is. So I'm just going to try to do my best and get this out of the way. Um, so apparently there's been something going on Instagram that for some reason people have felt the need to associate me with. There is a malicious rumor going around claiming that I have uttered the most derogatory racial slur towards African Americans, um, and it's not okay. It's not okay at all. I have not once nor will I ever say that to anyone of any kind of person whatsoever. I do not think it is I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it's called for. I don't think anyone should ever utter that word whatsoever. I think it's one of the most abusive terms towards people of that ethnicity that has abused and harassed them for an entire generation and still going forward to this very day. Um, and it disgusts me. It really does. I cannot stand that people feel the need to throw that word, and it just it's just gross. It's really gross. I hate it. So I'm for the sake of identity, I'm just going to say that I'm gonna God, I can't talk. My chest is a little like tight. Anxiety. Fun. Um for the sake of keeping identities concealed and safe and just bringing up the situation, period. Um, I'm not going to reveal identities. However, if someone in the live chat from that whole thing does happen to appear, and I have consent to designate them, I will do so. But as I said, there's a thing going on around Instagram where there's a false quote unquote screenshot of me saying the N word to someone and then also to Alfonso for some reason. I don't know why. Alfonso and I are chill, but whatever. And this has been an ongoing thing that I've noticed on Instagram and on the internet in general with basically everyone say, it's just we do a little bit of trolling. And here it comes. Trolling ain't okay. There's the title right there. I said it. Trolling isn't okay at all. Um, I can understand when jokes are jokes. If both parties are having fun and they're enjoying themselves and no one gets hurt, I do not see that as an issue. When you are blatantly pinning someone, say, having them say something that they would never say and spreading that information across your platform, that's not okay. I don't care what your excuse is or what your reason is. It's the internet. Just because it's the internet does not mean the actions will not have consequences. It ain't right. I don't think I've ever done anything like that. The only time I ever mention someone is in a good way. Or if I'm upset, then I'll obviously mention them, or I used to mention them, which caused a little bit of drama myself back in the day. But I have since stopped doing that because not everyone needs to know what exactly is going on and how things like that happen. Um, and I'm going to just make this very clear as well. I don't care who started it, I don't care who's ending it. I do not need any involvement with my name claiming that I have said something that I know I would never say. Because here's the thing, when you provide that quote unquote information to people out there and they see it first glance and they immediately have that shock value of, oh, holy shit, this person said this thing. And I'm just going to believe the one other person that said it. Um, that clearly that's already a big red flag that says maybe I should consult the actual person who is accused or who is pointed out in this as opposed to just believing something that someone else said. Because the other thing too is you share your story. You don't have someone else tell it to you. You share it. The whole point of YouTube and Instagram and everything is you share your stories, you share your life, you share the good and the bad. And unfortunately, for a duration of my online journey, it's been relatively 60-40, 60 bad, 40 good. Maybe even like a 55-40 or 45, because it's just ain't okay. It just ain't okay. Um, I would really like to believe that people out there would understand the difference between a joke and basically defamation or defamation of character, because that there is a severe difference. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, if anyone does that to me again, I'm taking your ass to court, because one, I can't afford it. Two, I don't want to. And three, while yeah, it's really unfortunate that stuff like this happens on the internet, if everyone did this, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't go well. I guess it seems a bit excessive to me. If I were like, oh, I need a lawyer, I want to take this person to court and get them to remove the stuff that they said that I did or whatever. Because the thing about me is, and I'd like to believe that everyone knows this, I always treat people the best way that I would like to be treated. As a neurodivergent, things are harder for me than some of you. I suffer from severe anxiety. I suffer from depression, ADHD, all that stuff. And it all plays into what I do now, into what I do in the future, and to what I've done in the past. And please understand, that's not an excuse, that is an explanation. And while it may sound like it is an excuse, no one really has the right to say, because unless you've dealt with neurological issues like this for as long as I have, I don't think that anyone has the right to tell me what I go through or what's big or what's little in my view, because it's different for everyone. The thing is, everyone is trying to live their life. I'm trying to live my life. I Now here's the thing also. If you're going on Instagram and you're talking about me in a negative or poor light, I know I can't stop you, but it doesn't mean word won't get out and someone will be like, "Oh, someone's talking shit about you." And I normally say, well, I don't really want to be involved with it, but if someone is trying to pin something on me that I know I wouldn't say or do, then obviously I am going to step up and I'm going to step in and basically clear the air, because this ain't funny. It's damaging. I'm trying to be an aspiring TF content creator. I am doing my best to just so much as live my life every day. I am aware that I complain a lot, but I've been dealt a shit hand all my life, and I do not see it getting any better. Me and my buddy on Instagram, one of my other buddies on Instagram, we talked, and he basically said what I've been thinking my entire life so far. I'm living in hell. I can't get out of my house. I only get out to go grocery shopping or to go toy hunting. I know I get all the Transformers I ever want, and I'm still quote unquote, unhappy, or I'm not happy, but I don't even know why I did quotes, but that's just how it is for me. I'm in a rut. I am not able to do a lot of things that people my age or of my maturity should be doing, supposedly. However, my therapist says that, if I'm able to just pay my bills and live my life and do the stuff I'm supposed to do, then I'm not doing anything wrong. And that's kind of the perspective that I've been going with. It gets boring very quickly being stuck in this house all the time. Um, Social media is basically my life. Simple as that. My life is online, and I'm not going to have that being taken away from me either. To which I'm also not going to tolerate people trying to put me in a bad light, because I'm not going to be this villain in someone's story whenever I didn't really do anything to require being the villain or being part of someone's joke. The other thing too is I'm tired of being the butt of someone's joke. I'm tired of being an easy target. I don't need it. no one needs it. If you're gonna make jokes that are gonna be fun for everyone. If you're talking to someone and you're doing it privately, you do not have the right to take those screenshots of a chat and share them with someone just because you want to. You should get consent, because that is a major invasion of privacy. That is something that you should have been taught as a kid. It's the equivalent of like eavesdropping, basically, except you're kind of going behind this person's back. Now, if you're venting to someone and you're just telling them about a chat you had or something, that's all well and good. But screenshotting is, I hate that so much. I very rarely use that unless like I need a picture of something from someone's account and I can't save it. But it's never of a text message. I always ask firsthand if someone comes to me and is like, "Oh, hey, do you know what this person said? Because they have me blocked." And then I do that, and it's like I ask the person they're trying to contact. I'm like, "Look, do I have permission to say to take a screenshot?" And they will either confirm or deny my permission. So I'm like, "Okay, can I just forward what you said then?" And then again, confirmation or denial of permission or rejection of permission. Trolling is not something that should be accepted by anyone. I don't care. It took a pandemic to get mental health to be such a big thing to be aware of now. And stuff like this is only damaging to people with mental illnesses, especially, or just someone who's going on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and they see their name tagged in something that supposedly they said or um or did, or stealing videos and like, it's not okay. As a creator, as a person, that shit's not okay. Don't do it. The same thing can be with about talking or throwing shade at people, because I know people who've done that to me, and I'm pretty sure they're probably still doing it to this day, which I'd like to believe they aren't, because if you're out of my life and I'm out of yours, and just forget me, basically. Like, I hate saying that. I hate that anyone would have to do that, but for the sake of better mental health of both parties, yeah, I really hope they forget me. I hope that they're able to live their best life without me being on the back of their mind. If I have ever done something to you, and I mean anything, if I ever upset you, if you have some sort of grudge against me, if you're tired of me just being myself, I'm sorry. But I'm also not. At least with the me being myself thing. If I have an issue, or if you have an issue with me, yes, I am sorry. And I would love to discuss it. I would love to communicate that with you. So please reach out to me. If I've ever done anything based on this whole situation, please reach out to me. Because I did not expect this thing to blow up as big as it has. I have gotten so many messages from people on Instagram telling me that this story is going around. Oh, did you actually say this? And it's not okay. It really isn't. I'm actually going to add someone into this stream because they are one of the parties that are involved, but not like entirely. I don't know how to explain it, but um, again, for the sake of keeping identities concealed, I'm gonna avoid saying their name, because I don't want this to be like an all-out war. I was trying to be so civilized about it. I was like, look, I'd like to talk to you. I'd like you to remove those stories on Instagram, and I would like whatever those screenshots you have to just delete my affiliation with them, because I've not said nor done anything like that. Um, and it just get rid of it entirely. And as far as I'm aware, someone told me that they're still sharing them on one of their other accounts, and it's not okay. So this is, good God, this is a oh, I don't like it. I really don't like it. But it's one of those things that you just kind of have to put up with. But even then, you don't have to put up with it. That's the other thing. It's a choice. You don't have to deal with something that's damaging to your mental health. You don't have to deal with something that's damaging to your character. to your person. Again, trolling is not okay at all. I'm gonna share this. People have been taking my face and turning me into a meme. To be honest, I despise that. It's not okay and it shouldn't be allowed. Yeah. Yeah. That's I've been a victim to that supposedly once or twice, and I hate it. I don't think it's okay. Now, if it was like a stupid, funny, haha meme, yeah, that's fine. But if it was damaging, being, kind of hitting that sweet spot, basically, the one that like really makes you bleed, yeah, that's not okay. Um, give me just a brief minute. I want to get AllSpark Studios involved since he. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. um. Damn, you didn't deserve that. No. Yeah. No. No one deserves it. That's the thing. But because it's the internet, no one cares. They think it's completely okay. There's no consequence. There's no punishment for it, and it sucks. It really sucks. I've known friends of mine who have gone through stuff like this. I've known um I myself have been gone through this before. I had I hate talking about this, but back in 2015, I had a couple friends of mine put together a channel, and they tried to basically like scare me straight. And they took Facebook messages, they took Instagram comments, they took screenshots, they took video recordings of my videos, and they used all of that against me. When it was supposed to be just like a scared straight tactic kind of thing, but it became so much more. That channel lasted for about 5 years, and it finally got taken down last May, I think. And I'm still friends with the people because a lot of them stepped up and they told me their involvement. And then I was like, it's been 5 years. I'm not going to hold on to a grudge. And the channel has since been deleted. And then I had people on Instagram target me and try to shame me for just being myself. I had them call me ugly. Um, they called me a bunch of other stuff that I honestly can't remember, but it was like kind of like preschool playground kind of bullying kind of stuff. But my point being is this is almost in that same parameter of that. And it's not okay. Okay, so I finished my thought. I'm gonna add AllSpark / Sunnymus to this. So
What is up?
first time having you on the stream, I think.
Yeah,
I hate that it's under these circumstances, but would you like to elaborate what's been going on?
yeah. All right, so these screenshots that are now proven fake have gone around about you, and people started sharing them to their stories. But I thought that it was just jokes, so that's why I shared mine. But then when I found out from you that it's not a joke, I took it down.
Yeah.
And um but don't pay attention to that person that's talking on bad about you, but on his story he does that to me lots of times. He does not care who he hurts, and no one can stop him.
Well, then
He's been in countless dramas.
maybe he needs to reconsider, reevaluate that choice because that crap is not okay. It really isn't. I'm not trying to talk shit about him.
Yeah,
He used to be a follower. Same with you, by the way, on
yeah,
Instagram. He used to be a follower of mine. He used to be a TF addict, and then I don't know what happened. I know that this same person had an issue with JJ, and then he started going after a bunch of my other friends and followers in that live stream that is no longer up now.
yeah,
So it's like that's the type of behavior that should never be acceptable. Like,
yeah,
if you're going to make an account, if you're going to be part of a social media platform, if you're going to be part of a community, you need to understand that the actions that you display are going to have reflection on someone else.
yeah,
If people see how someone is going to act, it's going to reflect on them, or they're going to call them out, and it's going to just become this giant thing. I
right.
know everyone has their fair share of internet drama. It does not mean it has to continue.
Yeah, trust me. So do I. I've been in like countless, countless dramas. Some were pretty stupid, but most were serious. But it just doesn't make sense why people just can't get along.
JJ, I think, um, yeah, I think that I think that you do. And again, for the sake of confidentiality and common decency, refrain from identifying them. But yeah, you know this person. I'm gonna just say that. And it's
You do
unfortunate.
know him.
It's unfortunate that this type of behavior is still happening. Like, I don't know how old he is, and even then, I don't want to tie age to it because everyone matures, everyone grows at their own rate, and it's fine. But this type of shit's not okay. And I literally was not mad at first. I was kind of more like, oh shit, this is being said, and I need to make sure that people understand that I've never said this, I've never done this to people of that certain ethnicity or that race, because, or anyone for that matter. I've never put down anyone else for being of different sexuality, skin color, or mentality. I've never put anyone down for missing a limb.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not that type of person because I know what it's like to be that person. I know what it's like to be that one that's constantly picked on, the one that's always being kicked while he's down.
yeah, that happens to me too. But I don't want to give this person excuses, but he does suffer from autism, so that could play a part into it why he acts this way. But I don't know.
I see there you okay, so there used to be someone in the Transformers community who has long since passed by the name of Scotimus Prime. And he used to go after a lot of Transformers people. He went after John Bailey. He went after T Fan Page 101. Um, he went after me for a while, and he had autism. He had severe autism. And the reason I'm not gonna put that, like, I'm not gonna shut that out and just act like that doesn't mean anything. There there are variations of autism, ADHD, bipolar, all that. It's a spectrum. That's exactly what it is. Not one case is going to be the same. And I tried to tell that to other people in my past, but they never understood it just because they said they had it too, which it's not how it works. But hey, you live your life. I hope you're doing well. Um, and I don't know that dude personally. I don't know. I never knew he was. I never knew that he had autism. I never knew. I don't know a lot about his neurological development or underdevelopment, um, because it's not my place to really say anything. It's more so if they want to talk about it, they can talk about it. Um, so I can't really say much there.
Yeah,
However, I still think that there should definitely be a reevaluation of how he portrays his jokes, and who he decides to joke around about. Because there are going to be some people out there who do not take lightly to it. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying this in a threatening or hostile way. I'm simply saying he is very fortunate enough that I was civilized enough to reach out in a calm and non-hostile manner, because originally I was kind of like really kind of fuming a little bit. I was like, okay, this shit again. Great. But then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna just try and talk to you, Sonny, as well as him, and then go from there. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't talk to him. That's the issue. He will not listen, and you will not make him listen. That's the issue.
TF Hunt, you asked earlier if you would like to join. I'm gonna have to decline for right now, because this isn't really a hangout type stream. This is more so like addressing certain behavior type thing and reflecting upon it. Um, and I want to make clear also, I'm not innocent of like poor internet behavior. I've done my fair share of dumb shit, but that's the past, and I should not have to still be held accountable for all that, even after all these years. Um, because frankly, I think it's stupid. If years have passed and people are still bringing it up, unless it's worth being talked about, just leave it be. Let it lie. Like, just live and let live. If you have to feel the need to bring someone else down or target someone for the sake of comedy or malicious intent, just don't. Just don't. Like that simple. You just don't have to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this is the type of stuff that makes certain people take their life. This is the type of stuff that really abuses a lot of people from opening up about their struggles. It makes them feel like they're not going to be heard or anything like it. Um, and again, as someone who's been dealt a shitty hand after hand for a couple decades of my life now, I was unfortunately one of those people to undergo that behavior style of I just need to shut up about my problems and just keep waking up every day. Even when I was bullied, even when I was harassed online. And it got to the point where I'm done with it. I'm going to start standing up for myself. And if people still want to believe the lies, or they want to believe that I'm acting or I'm a creature of habit or whatever, then so be it. So be it. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tolerate my name being tarnished. The same goes with anyone. If any one of my community members is being tarnished, which there were quite a few in that live stream that is no longer up now, so I want to thank him for having it deleted at least, but
Yeah.
do not do that. If you are watching this right now, which I would like to believe you are,
He probably is.
don't do that. I am not going to tolerate it. I will refrain from interacting with you whatsoever, and that hurts because you used to be a TF addict as well. And I was hoping one day that you would come back, because I always like to see all the older TF addicts return, like the veterans that you are. Um, no, Jaws, the identity's already been shown. Crimson
Yeah.
said it earlier up in the chat. I'm not gonna say it. I did display it for a split second, but yeah. Um, also, yeah, Scott Amissa did pass away 2 years ago, and may he rest in peace. I wish I had better interactions with him, but people be the way they are sometimes, and you can't really help it.
Yeah. Cliff, I've just had to learn to deal with him, to just accept it. He's gonna do it. He's not gonna stop doing it, and I just have to deal with it.
Well, I'd like to believe at some point down the line he'll look at how he's interacted with people and change that up, because it really it's not appropriate behavior. I've had to say this on the channel so many times about like proper internet etiquette and everything. I've really had to like bring down the hammer on a lot of people who just felt the need to try to bring me down and destroy my self-esteem and everything, even though it's as low as it already is. um and it sucks because I hate having to be Mr. Mean. I don't like blocking people. I don't like restricting communication because I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I didn't have a lot of people growing up. It was just me and my family in the house in Pennsylvania all the time. And then we moved down here to Florida, and then high school came around, and then the same shit kept happening. I was the outcast. I made a small group of friends, and then it just became that way, you know? I'm not going to say I'm like the quiet kid, but I'm also not going to say I was exactly popular either, nor that I would want to be, but I would have liked to say I had a lot of friends growing up.
Yeah, I'm not that popular
I don't
either.
want to be popular. It's too much pressure. That's why I keep saying
I
it's
was
like,
bullied a lot, like shoved in the lockers, bullied for liking Transformers, bullied for liking horror movies too. So it's just something that I've got to deal with now.
yeah, it's
It's
tough.
just something I've got to deal with.
And it's something that no one should have to deal with because, like, we all have our interests. We all have the stuff that we enjoy. So why feel the need to bring others down about it? Why feel the need to, like, I mean, because, or maybe they're jealous. Maybe they didn't get to like stuff like that, and now they're older, their parents are probably being like, "Oh, you're too old for that," and then they kind of have that mentality. It all boils back down to mental health. That ultimately,
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like, we humans, we organics, are basically living computers. We absorb the information that we get taught by our relatives and our family, and we just kind of stick with it. And I'm not gonna lie,
exactly.
I okay. So for the sake of just context, I'm saying this directly only to you, Sonny. I know this is kind of public, but he also said this in the public stream as well, so no holds bar.
Yeah,
When he was talking about my dad, that's when I was getting pissed.
yeah,
No one has the right to ever fucking tell me to put my dad in a retirement home. That shit ain't free. I don't even think Florida has something by the state for that. And the
yeah,
reason that I have to do it is because I told my mom, who, need I painfully remind everyone, is unfortunately deceased. I told her that I would take care of him. I have been taking care of my parents since 2013.
yeah. That was too far once he started to
I
doing
was
that. That's when I
legitimately
started
like
to get
getting
quiet.
I was getting angry. I'm not even gonna lie. I was getting legitimately pissed off. That's when I was starting to go off in the comment section because no one, be you a stranger on the internet or in person, or even if you're one of my closest friends, no one has the audacity to talk shit about me or my family. Period. You cross that line, you're done.
Yeah, he's. I'm not trying to sound mean, but he's definitely got some problems. And
There's nothing mean
yeah,
about it. Everyone has problems. Everyone. It just, some are more
Cliff just
intensively
hasn't found
developed.
a cure
Some are
yet.
more intensively developed than others. Because a lot of the mental stuff that we as people develop, we don't have a choice over. That's all genetics. Like, that's it. We can't control what is developed in our brain and what isn't. It's just genetics.
Yeah,
Also, I really would like it if you took that one story down. Because that
I'll
has
try,
me
but
like,
he may not take it down, but he's definitely told me that he's gotten some comments about it, but he just doesn't care. He truly could not care. I've tried to get him taken down. Many people have tried to get him taken down, so now I've just
Well, I don't
got
want
to
to take
be
him
friends
down
with
off
him.
Instagram or off YouTube or anything. It's his channel. I just don't want him talking shit about other people like myself or friends of mine or really anyone, because no one needs to be talking shit about. Like right now, this entire stream may sound very hypocritical because it's kind of sort of what we're, well, I wouldn't say we're talking shit. It's more so explaining what's happening as opposed to, oh, this person is absolute dog shit, basically. Like I would never say that to someone unless they legitimately are just that malicious or that evil, because we don't need it in the world. You know, we have enough evil, we have enough hate and violence in the world. We don't need it spreading to like the internet and other fucking areas, like even families. You know, it's like you just don't need it. There's enough of that going on in the world, and this is kind of my one source of trying to make everyone just get along and be happy.
Yeah.
We made the TF Addicts for Life community a safe space for all Transformers fans. That's exactly what the mission was, and I've never had as much interaction in this community specifically where there's a lot of negativity towards one another. Everyone is able to like something different. No one's going at each other's throats about it. It's been really peaceful. It's been good. It's been succeeding the mission,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of all of us.
Yeah. For me, people like Cliff have gotten me to leave the Transformers fan base. Like, I've stopped posting about Transformers, changed my name, moved to a different fan base because I just couldn't take it anymore. And now I've tried to start to get back liking TF. Some people, like for instance, Prince Productions, JJ, Prime, they've helped me slowly come back, but it's just hard since I have been wronged by so many people in this community. So I get how you feel with all the bullying and stuff.
Yeah, I hate it. Simply put, I hate it. Um, I don't think it needs to. I don't think that needs to happen. I don't think people need to keep doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Um. Okay. We got JJ in the backstage, so I'm gonna add him real brief. And also to answer your comment, explicit. I think it was this one. When I say leave the world, I don't necessarily mean like be gone from existence. I more so mean stay out of the way of other people who feel um stay out of the way of other people who are just trying to live their life. You know, like I get there's always good and bad. That's always going to be happening, you know, Primus, Unicron, all that kind of garbage, but like it doesn't have to be that way. We make the world the society that we want to make. It's that simple. One voice can make a difference, and if that voice speaks out, then more and more people will speak out. Also, it better be harmless trolling. It better not be like damaging type stuff. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to look at you in a different kind of perspective. No offense, you're one of my best friends, or one of my yeah, you're one of my best friends. So just don't hurt nobody. Because like it's like I always say, like as long as you're not hurting yourself or others in any way, shape, or form, who is anyone to tell you how to live your life or be as a person? Simply put. All right, JJ.
All right. Hello,
Um,
TFA and Sunny. How you doing?
What's up, JJ?
hey, dude.
Yeah. I feel like this topic is very, very important to talk about because I remember like 2 years ago. Remember when Sean Hawkins did the Teletran thing? I forgot what it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
Um, remember that this one dude. He assumed that he was a king. Okay, he assumed he was a king. King YouTuber. You remember that guy? Or Dark Void, whatever you want to call
I
him.
don't. I don't know. I don't keep up with drama
Um, honestly,
unless
don't care.
someone messages me like, "Hey, this person's talking shit about you." Fuck.
But yeah, that dude that really got on my nerves because he has been attacking YouTubers all around. It's attacking MGO, attacking TFM Page 101, attacking Octobonomus. It's honestly very, very horrible. Like he trolls to like. Ugh. I mean, now he doesn't do it anymore because he's done. Like he's literally done because we honestly don't care about him. Um, because like he's a horrible dude. He claims that he's an adult. Really, he isn't because he's honestly a kid who just attacks people without even knowing.
yeah,
Yeah. And
And
it's sadly always going to be like that. It's like explicit said. It's this world is not going to be like a utopia or anything. At least not for a long ass time. I mean, I might I might be dead by the time it happens. I hope not. I'd like to see the world just everyone be at peace because it's like we as humans have the capability of like just getting along with each other during like holidays.
Hmm.
Why can't that be like that every day?
Yeah.
You know, I know it's like a really fairy tale type perspective, and I've had people tell me that. I've had people tell me I have like a childlike innocence, and yeah, I do, because that's just kind of how I was raised. All the cartoons and everything taught me all that, and then as you grow, you start learning more and more different things about how the world really is, and you know, it's just how it is. But like, it doesn't. Again, it doesn't have to be that way. We can make the world that we want to make. It's just that simple. It's going to require a lot of work and a lot of effort, of course, but it's ultimately up to us as humanity and be like, oh, well, shit needs to change. Otherwise, we're going to just completely destroy our species via high, high cost living or bullying and mental illnesses becoming so unbalanced and such to the point where people are just taking their life left and right, or just all kinds of shit like that.
Hmm.
It breaks my heart because it's like I'd like to believe there's good in everyone, and I truly still stand by that. I don't care how
yeah,
macho you try to act as a front, or if that's how you are as a person. I know deep down inside there is a soft spot in there. There is that kindness, there is that courtesy, there's that respect, and the whole thing of to give respect or to get respect, you got to give respect. That's bullshit. You can still respect someone as a human being. You don't have to respect them as their personality. You just have to respect them and understand like they exist. You can't do anything about it unless you want to become a murderer.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, ever since I did my YouTube channel, I've been getting people who has been who have been very, very disrespectful in the comments, like whether I didn't do a great job in reviewing this figure. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I don't care what you say, so bye bye, delete your comment and block you.
don't
I wouldn't
pay
go so far.
attention
I wouldn't
to people like that,
personally.
JJ. Trust me. You're
Personally,
better than them. Don't pay attention to that kind of crap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone so far as to block them. I would have just deleted their comments because I've done that. I had someone the other day comment on my post about saying it's like, oh, you got to make your mom proud. You can't just mope around and keep playing with toys. Again, that got to me. I read that with such like fear. I read that with such fury in my head, but like externally, I'm like, okay, you said this, but in my mind, I'm like, you're crossing a line, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Another thing, I'm not gonna say this guy's name, but I think y'all know this guy on Instagram. Starts with a B actually. Um, he has been creating so many stupid accounts. And he's going around to other people's content on Instagram and saying the F word and swearing against the Beavers fans. And honestly, that is legit not okay. Like legit not okay. Like that, sure, yeah, you love G1, you don't like Beavers, but why?
Message me this person on Instagram because now I'm curious. No,
Um,
not say it here. I'm just saying message me on Instagram. I'm not gonna read it or anything out loud. I just want to know.
Do I know them, JJ?
I think you've heard of this dude before because he has been going around calling Beavers fans, the G.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. I've seen that. I don't know what happened to him. He used to be chill.
He actually reviewed a Dark Moon Ultimate Optimus Prime on his YouTube channel, but then he deleted it because he hates Beavers or anything. I don't know.
He's a hypocrite anyway.
I'm like,
Honestly, lots of people have changed. Lots of people's true colors have come out. So it's time that people start taking things like this seriously.
I also think when it comes to these type of interactions with people who are blatantly on purpose doing this type of shit, maybe that's when you should question your interaction with them. Not you specifically, Sonny and JJ. I mean people in general. Like if you feel like you're uncomfortable around them or you feel like it's a bad fit, walk away.
Yeah.
Like honestly, you do not need to have that plague your mind. You don't have to contribute to all that. Just walk away.
yeah. Crimson Raptors, not V. It starts with a B. B, not
Hello.
B.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, explicit.
What's up? Long time no see.
Hello.
What is up, guy? I do not know, but hello.
What's up? What is it? Sunny Mus? What's up?
Yeah,
This is
Sonny
one
Mus.
of my-
What's
my
up,
very-
JJ?
This is one of my very good friends.
Listen.
Yeah.
We've known each other for how long now?
Dude, like 6 years, like since like 2013, 14.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
B.
been a long time.
B.
We even
Electric.
played on Grand Theft Auto with TF Customs.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That
I
was
haven't
fun.
seen him in a while. I think I might be going to TFCon with him.
Oh, nice.
But what's up with this topic? What's been going on?
There's some dude on Instagram
Um,
who was sending like fake screenshots of me saying that I said the N-word to Alfonso and then some dude named Shamar, who I don't even know who that is. And that's just been circulating. Like I've had multiple people message me about that, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I did not say that, nor would I ever say that.
Uh-huh.
Alfonso and I are cool. I'll keep saying that. Alfonso and I are chill. Like, yeah, we had our spouts, but he's one of the type of people to just live and let live and move on from the past
Yeah.
and embrace the future. So,
Hmm.
but like, I don't know some dude named Shamar. I'm sure they're cool. I'd like to believe they're cool. I'd like to believe they're kind as well. I've never met them, and maybe one day I will.
I will say that he's on and off because Shamar, I do know, and he's now's not the time, but he has done some pretty bad things. But that screenshot that was sent to you was most likely photoshopped, but it was not by the person that we're talking about.
So
Was he
then,
still, like,
who
sending
was
it
the one
around,
to
though?
actually? So wait, who was the one to actually fabricate it? If you don't feel comfortable saying aloud, just message me again. I won't read it out loud. I'll just like I did with JJ.
I would tell you, but I don't know. That's the thing. I truly 100% do not know who created that. Somebody just randomly sent it to our group chat.
So someone
And-
took a photo of my little chat bubble thing, fabricated a text, compiled it together to make it look like I said that I called Alfonso and Shamar the N-word, and that was it.
Yeah.
And this was someone in one of those group chats that you're part of.
Yes.
You really gotta have
Well,
like
if
no
you're
life
watching, if
to
any
make
of those
something like
members
that.
from that group chat are watching, I'd like to ask kindly to refrain from my involvement in any of that, because that's not trolling at that point. This is literally
Mm-mm.
defamation of character.
No, it literally is. I was
Sending
about to say
this is
that.
sending false information out, accusing me of saying or doing something that I would never do or say, and having these random people or even like fans and friends of mine look at this and be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
wow, I need to reevaluate my interaction with TFA." It's like that. I'm not that type of person. I am
Yeah.
not, nor will I ever be that type of person.
Mhm.
Yeah, like we don't personally know each other. Like we don't talk much, but you don't seem like the person who would say that.
Well, you used to follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
You kind of got a feel of what I was, what I am like, and yeah, I've
Yeah.
changed a bit now. I'm a lot more, I guess I could say defensive and a lot more. I can't even think of any. See, that's how bad it is when I look at myself. I can't think of any good adjectives.
So you put your foot down now.
Yeah,
You don't let it
basically
slide.
more. I don't want to say resilient, but because I'm not, I still get affected by it. Like when I saw those screenshots, my chest tightened up, my breathing got a little shallow. I was kind of like, okay, this crap again. I don't need this.
Yeah.
So,
It's only human. It's only a human reaction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
well, it also
Oh,
doesn't help matters with the anxiety, depression, ADHD, all
yeah.
that type of bullshit.
Well,
So it sort of intensifies all that. Based on a regular reaction, sure, but with ADHD, oh, it's so much more enjoyable.
what's up,
That is a joke.
Prince?
Hey, Prince.
Yeah, I got ADHD too. Yeah, what's up, Prince?
Yeah, so do I.
Prince, hello, Prince.
What's up, guys?
Bro, I tell
That's
you,
kind of.
whoever came up with that neurological development, why? Why does that have to
But
be on the radar?
but if you think about it, that's kind of sad that they have to do something like that. Like that means they're not even fantasizing. My bad, but they're
That's
just
what I'm saying.
fans at
Like,
that point.
because, like,
Like they're obsessed with you if they're gonna do something
yeah,
like that. Take their time out of their day to make a fake screenshot to make you look bad. They either really do not like you or they love you so much they literally would want to like I don't know.
look,
People are
I'm
weird.
fine with someone not liking me. I'm not fine with someone publicly talking shit about me and finding a way to fabricate lies or spread rumors of something that I would say or something I would never say or do. That's
Yeah,
where
like
that shit
talking
crosses the
yeah,
line.
talking smack is different. Like if they were like talking bad about you, you know what I mean? It happens to everybody, but to this extent, it's really bad, especially with this day and age with like with what's going around with the world with race and stuff like that. You know, that's really
Exactly.
bad what they're doing. Yeah.
And that's what really pisses me off is the fact that
Mhm.
after a generation of that word being used to abuse a generation of people, still happening to this very fucking day,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel the need to tie me into that bullshit
Mm-hmm.
when I'm so open and accepting of basically everyone. Like, I don't care about what you did in the past. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what your sexuality is. You're a human. You are a living, breathing person on this planet. Why would I ever have our very first interaction or any interaction be so incredibly toxic or damaging when I've been through that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cyborg. Hey, what's up, fucker? How you doing? That's my good buddy Cyborg. That's like my best friend from PlayStation. 10, 11 years now, but yeah, that's
Damn.
Ford Raptor. That's funny. That's funny. But anyway, but yeah, everything happening in the world is very horrible. You have to deal with a lot of negative people, and it just sucks, honestly.
Do you guys report the post? Because Instagram's very like strict on like stuff like
no,
that. No.
I just Sunnymus has been removing them from one of the accounts that he's associated with, but I think they're still being like consistently shared. because
Yeah,
it's
those
a
guys are
joint
lame.
account thing. So it's
Mhm.
more of the lines of like one person deletes, the other one keeps reposting, and it just keeps going up and up. It's at least that's what I was told. But like that shouldn't have to be a thing. And now the person that was mentioned earlier, like is still in possession of those screenshots, or whoever has them is in possession of those screenshots and is sharing them or whatever, and it's not okay.
No, it's
So like I noticed, at least I think I did, not that I care about the number or anything, but I noticed that when that was starting to be circulated, I started losing followers a little bit, and I guess people were believing it's like, oh, TFA really did say that. It's like I said before, I'm not going to contribute to racism ever.
Mhm.
Like when COVID first started and everyone was like, oh, well, blame the Chinese for the virus. It's like, I wasn't like that. I wasn't like, why? Why would I do that? And like, I was even one standing with people about, Black Lives Matter. At first I was kind of like, because I didn't understand it at first. I used to say all lives
Mhm.
matter because I was saying it more as a matter of equality for everyone, because that's exactly
No, yeah,
how it
I
would
get what
be.
I get what you're talking about. I mean,
But
coming from
like
my point,
then
yeah,
I
my
changed
bad.
it because it's like, okay, the emphasis is on Black Lives Matter because they're the ones that are being opposed the most right now. There are
Mhm.
people still being uh, subjugated to police brutality and like just being taken out of the world, and it's fucked up, and
Mhm.
I hate it. It breaks my heart. It really does. I wish I could do more. I wish I could really have more involvement in procuring that, like, essentially world peace, but like
Mhm.
it shouldn't be like that.
No, it
Mhm.
shouldn't, but we can't even do much as like as civilians. We can't do a lot. We gotta come together as a community, as a society to fix it.
Yeah, but what we
So,
can do is find a way to keep it out
yeah,
of our community. We can keep it
that's
out of the
true.
Transformers community because
No, but that's crazy.
let's
It
be
was never
real.
like this though.
Let's be real though. This is happening in a group that is associated for a franchise about toys.
If you think about it, like
Why?
it's really lame.
Why?
And
It's really
like
lame.
and the drama about in the Transformers communities is stupid too, because like at the end of the day, bro, like they're just plastic at the end of the day, dude. It's just a franchise that we all love. Like there's no reason to get toxic about it.
Mhm.
Literally, it's just toys. It's not that big a deal.
The thing is, it wasn't even like this. Like, right? Like back, like what, 2014, 15. It was never like this.
No. But now,
Mm-mm.
start of a brand new decade, of course this shit has to happen.
Yep.
Like it's crazy to me because like people really act like it's hard to be nice and kind. And it's like it's really not that hard, bro. Like they trying to act like it's so hard to do it when it's like it's not hard. Just bro.
It really just shows the character and how much of bozos they
Exactly.
are. If they have the time to do something like
And,
that.
and
You know
it's
what I
like I
mean?
said, I take full responsibility for being that type of Instagram person to go on there and complain about my life while I still get Transformers out the ass.
Hey,
I
at the end of the day, it's your life.
wholeheartedly,
You're inside Instagram. You can do whatever you
I
want.
do that.
Don't tell
I
you
know I
anybody
do
tell you
that.
otherwise.
But here's the thing. It's my account. I
Exactly.
don't care what someone else thinks about it. If you have a problem with it, go. I've said it before. I am going to be more outspoken about my mental health. I'm going to talk more about my life because that is literally the only outlet I have to discuss that. I see a therapist twice a month. That's it. I don't want to see someone once a week because that's way too much for me. I'm an introvert. I don't do shit like that intensely.
Yeah, I feel you.
It is my account. I have that privilege to do that. I am not hurting anyone by doing it. I'm not hurting myself by doing it. I am benefiting myself. I am benefiting others by showing how I am as a person, how I function as a human.
Mhm.
There's no harm in that. What there is harm in doing is taking someone's name, putting an action or putting a phrase or a sentence or a statement by them and falsifying all of that and spreading it across a platform with hundreds upon thousands of members.
Yeah.
Because when it spreads once, it spreads again, and it's going to catch fire until it burns.
No, 100% agree with what you just said. Yep. You're right.
Yeah, cause like there really be people who get mad at what we all do. Cause like we could be doing something just normal, just having our normal lives, and then there are people out there that get mad about that.
Mhm.
Because trust me, I've dealt with that too on here. I would just do something so simple, like something that's not doing any harm, not doing anything wrong, and yet there's been people who would just get mad about me, get mad, try to start drama all for it, and it's like, bro, it's my life. I can do what I want. It's my account. It's my account. Like just like you said, it's your account. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. No one can tell you what to do and do on your account, bro, because it's your account.
Dude,
They-
there are still fucking
Absolutely.
people out there who pick on others just for living with their parents.
Shit, I'm 20. I
Why?
live with my parents.
What is wrong with that?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to pick on someone in their late 20s, early 30s for living with their parents. What if their parents were sick? What if they have to take care of them? Are you going to be one of those type of people to just fucking move out of your house and live your life and then barely see your parents? Because I can tell you who does that in my family. I was forced to do all this. I said I wanted to. I still want to take care of my mom and dad, sure. Absolutely. They saved my life from birth. I could have been in a foster home, but no, my grandparents took care of me. My mom, who again is unfortunately dead, took me, raised me for 23 years. She taught me everything that I know. She's the one that started me with Transformers. I was not going to turn my back on her in her time of need.
Yeah.
The same with my dad. Because my mom wanted a boy, and I'll keep telling the story every time because it's a good story. But my mom had a procedure done in her early ages after she gave birth to my aunts, basically, and she could not have any more children. So she, as much as she always wanted a boy, she never got the boy until her daughter, my biological mother Misty, gave birth to me, and because of the situation that she and my late bio dad had back then, because again, unfortunately, my biological father committed suicide last May. May of last year, not this year. But because of that, they couldn't keep me. So my grandma swept in, took me from my bio mom and raised me for years. She kind of did my bio mom dirty, not to talk about her in a bad light, but she kind of did. Every time she tried to reach out, my mom would just not allow it for some reason. I don't know why. There was undergoing stuff in there, but I took care of her for years. She had to take care of me for years. All my neurological issues, ADHD, all that crap. I had to be taken away from her numerous times to get hospitalized and then to go to a residential treatment facility for about 8 months until I was sexually assaulted. Yeah. And then as soon as I was getting into like middle school, high school, I started taking care of her because her emphysema from the early 2000s from years of smoking and her COPD was like starting to act up more and more. She couldn't get out of the house. I spent so much time taking care of her, making sure she was all right. And she did the same, with me. And it's like, well, yeah, I could have got a job and everything. My relatives constantly told me, take good care of mom and dad. Every time they saw me, they're like, take good care of them because you're the only one who can do this. My aunt didn't even bother. Literally, the aunt that resides in Florida, the same state that I'm still in to this day, barely came up here to take care of her. She could have easily done it. Yeah, she was working, big whoop, but she could have stopped after work. Yeah, it's an hour's trip, but that's your mother too. Why do I got to be forced to do it? I was forced to grow up way too fast. I was 13 and this continued care happened until she passed away 2 years ago on March 19th. And now to this day, I'm still taking care of my dad, who's unfortunately developed minor dementia. And it's kind of a shit show, but it's the situation that I'm in. And as much as everyone could be like, oh, well, if you just think positively or you do this and everything will be okay. As a neurodivergent, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
It just isn't. And to get back on topic about the whole trolling thing, I've had people make fun of me for my situation. I've very rarely had people understand what it's like to be my situation. I've had people flat out actually say that's like, well, you could do this, that, and the other, but with the situation you're in, it's understandable as to why it's not so easy for you.
Nah, dude, I'm in a similar situation. And I can agree with you.
And there are still
100%.
people out there who still feel the need to ridicule, even after
Mhm.
being explained. And I don't know if it's because they get annoyed, which I'm sorry my life annoys you. I like, okay, I'm sorry that my life annoys you, question mark. But like I'm just living. I have the right to live just like any of you.
Mhm.
If you have to ridicule me for that, I'm sorry that you have to feel the need to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've been bullied for liking the Halloween franchise, like Michael Myers, stuff like that. So it just doesn't make sense why people can't just get that certain people will like things that you don't.
And it's not even just like interests. It can just be like it can be your physical appearance. It could be the way you talk. It could be the way that you function mentally. Like anyone will find a way to pick on you for
Yeah.
that. They'll think it's trolling. It's not trolling. And trolling is essentially cyberbullying, which has led to multiple suicides.
Yeah.
That shit's not okay. So
Yeah, what happened today was not trolling. Some people took it too far. For me, it started like I did not know what was happening, but now it's just like, what has happened?
you know what
Like,
I don't
what has
get
this
though is that
become?
he blocked me. Like he blocked me from trying to join the StreamYard, and he's acting like he didn't.
He's
He
scared.
blocked me on Instagram after I tried to reach out to him, and it's like you're kind of just making yourself look more guilty at this point. And you
Like I
know,
said, my bad. But like I said in the chat, it's like people will do this stuff online or say stuff online, but they wouldn't say it to your face.
no, they won't do shit in real life at all.
Should we
Yeah,
try
no, literally.
to
Yeah.
get him on the stream?
Like I remember one time, like I'm not gonna say the person's name, but I remember one time a certain person said that he'll say a lot of things online, but like even in person, he would never say something online in person. So, not saying who it is. I'm just saying I heard something like that.
Yeah,
So,
like I said, for the sake of identity, I don't want to disclose, but we kind of did earlier. But at the same time, that's if you go earlier into the live stream, and even then, it's not worth it. But what I will say, or what I was rather going to say, is that if you can go to bed at night, or you can lay in bed and you can fall asleep knowing the stuff that you did, knowing the people that you hurt, even though you said it's just a joke or just trolling, you really need to reflect upon your actions.
Yep.
Because they will get shown back right back at you. There are going to be a lot more people DMing you. There are going to be people commenting on your post with no relevance whatsoever, and you can delete it every single time as much as you want.
You have the power.
But that truth is out there. The real truth. Not the crap that you fabricated, not the stuff that you're playing off as, oh, he actually did this or they actually said this. The people who actually know what is going on, like myself, know the truth. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because I will never understand why someone would purposely try to diminish someone or belittle someone just for the sake of a laugh. Like, I get doing like jokey videos. Like, I've seen people make joke videos of like exposing other people. You know, like I saw it with my buddy T fan page, and I think it was Larry Arts Productions. They did that as a joke. Coolorite and TFI, or I think Coolorite did videos on TFI as jokes. And it's like, oh, that's funny. There's no harm there. TFI was able to laugh at it. I think Larry or Brian was able to laugh at T fan page. Were able to laugh at theirs. But if it's like just a follower or someone that you know of, or someone who just follows you and they make this video and they're being so malicious and so like malevolent about it, where's the joke? Because at that point you're just hurting someone.
Yep.
And there's no call for,
100%.
and there's literally no call for it.
Yeah.
I think TF Hunt. Yeah, TF Hunt. Okay, so TF Hunt Productions has been trying to join, but unfortunately he can't for some reason.
Is the live
So,
full?
with his what?
What's the capacity on the live?
It's 6, but for some
Oh, it
reason
is?
he just can't connect to StreamYard. I don't know why.
Should we try to get Cliff to explain himself? Maybe.
Sort of like an intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a public
up to you.
announcement at this point, but
I can try to reach out to him.
what is this comment? Okay, there we go. Where did that come from? I mean, I have no way to share the link with him because, like I said, he has blocked me. So, I didn't want it to come to this, but he purposely acted in his little live stream that's no longer up like he didn't do anything wrong. He's saying that this is all truth, and it's not.
So Cliff said. So Cliff said that what he would say is not what you guys would want to hear. That's all he said.
Okay. I mean, I hope
Wow.
he just doesn't continue this because I'm not going to keep being part of his little joke game or whatever, like, or whoever started that whole thing. I don't care. Whoever has those screenshots of my supposed statement that I said to Shamar and Alfonso, I want it gone. I want it off of their phone, their tablet, whatever. I want it gone. And I want it to stop being shown on Instagram. There's no call for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, just to say, I'm just gonna say this. TFI, when I saw about that and heard about it, I kind of thought it was like a spam account or something, or just something like a spam.
No, I literally I was looking for another TFA account on Instagram because I was like, how the fuck does someone have my little chat bubble? It's like this has to be someone who knows me or someone I've talked to. But then I didn't see another account, so I was like, okay. And I didn't look back at any of the chats because I knew I didn't say anything to either of them. Because I've never met someone named Shamar. And as I said numerous times already, Alfonso and I are chill. So I don't understand why someone would make such a false accusation.
They're lame. They're bozos.
Yeah, bozo to them.
They're bozos. If they got the time out of their day to make something like that, and that doesn't take only like a minute. That takes at least
And like
10
I
minutes
said
to
earlier,
20.
also, the whole thing with him mentioning how I should put my dad in a retirement home, even if it was supposed to sound helpful, it did not sound helpful. It sounded pretty
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
That shit ain't okay. So I don't think I'll be associating with that person anymore. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't think I'll be associating with Cliff anymore. Cliff anymore. Because and it breaks my heart too. Because he used to be a TF addict. He was one of my most consistent supporters. Whenever I saw like a post of mine when I had a post of mine up, I'd always see him like it, and then he was part of the giveaways, and I think it was Spiderbot Studios who won one, but like he was an admin part of the community, and now whatever transpired between him and I, if anything at all, because I don't know if I did anything or if I hurt him or anything, and if I did, I'm sincerely sorry. Because I don't know.
Told me.
What?
Cliff told me that he saw something about you putting your dead cat in a box or something like that.
Oh, wait, was that okay? The whole thing with Little Man? Yeah, okay, I can understand that, but I wasn't doing that to be like, oh, hey, look at my dead cat. I was doing that as a memorial because he literally died right there. Like,
Well, why should he take any offense to that?
That's something that I will never forget either, because when he was starting to go, I went out to the living room and I heard him coughing, and he started having like brown liquid leak from his nostrils, and then he threw it up, and I could tell he was leaving. I think his kidneys were already failing. And I told him, as I was holding him and petting him, I told him, it's like, you can let go. And then 5 minutes or 5 seconds, he just instantly died. I mean, yeah, I'll admit, I probably shouldn't have taken a photo of him in that condition. But like I said, heat of the moment, I wanted to give him something to remember him by. And you wouldn't know he's dead unless I said it, which I did.
Yeah.
But like we were taking him to Faithful Friends, I think that's what it's called. And we were going to get him cremated. He was already in a box and everything, and it's just yeah. I mean, if he got offended by that, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
But that just
Cliff
doesn't. I feel like that's just.
that he got offended by that because
Wait,
his cat died like sometime before that, so he didn't want to see that. That's what he said.
Well, to be fair, it's my account, and I was doing that to honor Little Man because he wasn't just a cat to me. That he's family.
Yes, pets are family.
The thing
I
is
always
like,
say
why?
that. Do what?
My bad. Go ahead.
No, it's
Bad.
what were you saying?
I was like, but why would he take it to that extent? Where was he the one that photoshopped there, or was he the one that was just?
No, he was not who
No,
photoshopped it.
Sonnymus said it was someone else, and I don't know who, but
Was Cliff the one like sending it to other people as well?
I don't.
Cliff
Sonnymus.
got it, but I don't think that he was the main supplier.
So
The thing
there's
is,
someone out there
associated.
who is basically.
Here's some unfortunate news. The story is still up there
Which one?
about the Photoshop thing.
Oh, for God's sake.
So
So is he still reshare? Is it from the same person, or is it?
no, it's not from the same person. It's from the an account that Sunny owns, I guess. I think.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I just. I don't need this. I'm sorry that Cliff got offended by me posting a picture of Little Man, though. When he passed, I never meant to offend him or upset him with that, and you can tell him I said so, Sonnymus, because I really didn't. I didn't purposely act to be like, oh, I'm gonna post a picture of my dead cat to offend people. I'm not like that. You're talking to someone who posted a picture of, you're talking to me, the same person who posted a picture of my mom basically on her deathbed back in 2019, whenever she was in the hospital, legally dead for 10 minutes. By the way, they took her a little bit. I can't talk. They took a little bit to resuscitate her. Like, she could have died right then and there, but they brought her back. And I just wanted, like, basically thoughts and prayers and sympathy, because it's like everyone goes through this. Everyone posts a picture of a lost family member, or
of
lost
course.
pet or something. It's like it's
Yeah.
human nature. We just want comfort. I didn't do it for views. I just did it because it's like, oh, my heart is broken entirely. Because it's like, that was my boy, and I neglected him for so long. And I wish that he was still here, just like my
No,
mom.
I feel you with that one. I really do. I can relate to that. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Not to sound hesitant, I'm just the topic we're talking about, because you said you're confused repeatedly. The brief recap: someone was on Instagram. They fabricated a false screenshot of me saying I said the N-word to someone or two people, one being Alfonso, and it's been still going around, and people are believing it and all this other crap. And they also felt the need to bring up private messages and such in a public live stream that has since been deleted. Which, well, I have you here, by the way, Sonnymus.
Yeah.
Next time, don't publicly say that I messaged. Because I always
Oh.
treat private chats as like literal private like chat rooms because I don't think anyone else needs to know. I'm not mad or anything. It's just old generation type raising. I don't. It's the same thing as like eavesdropping. Like I said, it's like next time I message and I say don't read, don't even say I message. Just keep that between us. It's not a conspiracy
yeah.
or anything. It's public. It's principle. Not everything
Yep.
is need for
Mhm.
public eyes. But
Sparking Solace says, however, earlier this year my uncle has died. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Oh,
yeah, it seems a lot of people are passing
yeah.
recently. I
Mm.
hate it.
Yeah, my god brother's mom's grandmother passed away recently.
Mm-hmm. Can I put that together? That's better.
Yeah.
That was bugging me a little bit.
Yeah, it's just trolling. Honestly, it's not okay. It's
It never is.
yeah, it never is. Like if I if I took like someone's face and just turn it into a meme and just make fun of their face online, would that be okay for the person who owns that face? No, it wouldn't be, because it's it's honestly it's like you would be attacking the person who has that face. And
I mean, like I said, I can get it if it was just like a funny ha-ha meme, but if it's one that's like attacking you directly,
No, they purposely try to make it seem like you said it.
then
It's not even
obviously,
like
well, no,
being
not
like,
just a screenshot. I mean, like if it was like a meme template and it was like a sad one that was like attacking you
Oh.
directly, like, oh, I have no friends, and it turns out to be like a image of like some stereotypical like stay-at-home lonely guy with your face posted on it, and they post it. Like, yeah, that shit ain't okay.
yeah.
But if it was like a funny one or something, because it's like I had my fair share with well, I can't say I had my fair share, but I had a couple of them made by my buddy Cyborg, who he took one of Patriot Prime's post about, I think it was like responsibility or something, and he put it over some woman's, I think it was like some political woman's face on that picture, and then it was like, you be responsible, buy less, stop spending money on Transformers, and the aftermath is the woman ripping up the piece of paper with my logo on the woman's face. I was like, oh, that's funny. See, that's not bad.
Yeah.
If it's like if you're intentionally trying to make it look like someone's done something or said something wrong deliberately without any like without a second thought, then you need to look back on that.
yeah, yeah, I'm honestly done with people just making my face into a meme. I just don't like it.
I'm done with that crap too.
Yeah,
Like I said, if it's funny, it's
Yeah,
funny. But if it's
same here.
malicious,
It's not
then
funny.
do what?
Huh?
Did you say something?
so
Oh,
I am reading this.
basically said it's not funny what people are doing these days.
Yeah. So I have just so I'm talking to Josh to start reviews on Instagram, and he just sent me this story from you know who. I'm not gonna say his name because he sucks.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you want me to read it?
Let's not announce it here.
Yeah.
Just message me on Insta or something, because I don't want to make
I
those type of interactions.
I will send you the.
I don't want to make those type of interactions public, because that's kind of defeating the purpose of what I just said to Sunny Miss on how someone messages me and is like, oh, TFA just messaged. It's like, we're not going to do that. But
Yeah.
it's just, this crap should not be happening anymore, honestly. Like, I thought we were beyond this, but then I also remember we have a new generation, we have younger kids, and then we have people who are still growing from this new generation, still kind of contributing to social media and thinking everything is kind of a joke and everything's okay to say on the internet because there's no consequence. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, you also have grown men who are doing this. Like, I know a couple of people who
That's
were
ridiculous,
talking
right?
shade about me in one of their live stream series things, and it's like, you didn't say my name, but people know who you're probably talking about, and it's still not okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I just wish that people should know better. That like they should be more respectful and like if you have different opinions, you should you just if you don't agree with anybody's opinion, you just say okay, I don't agree with you, but I respect you. So
Right.
they
Plus, we shouldn't be, be, be saying bad stuff about people too.
yeah.
this whole thing is blowing up. I've had so many people message me in this recent minute. It's not even funny. This definitely became way bigger than what it should have been, but like I said, consequences. I'm not the one at fault here. I'm the one who's trying to defend myself. But yeah, it's just it's a thing. This is a thing that's happening. It's a sad thing that's happening. I hate that people feel the need to do this, and I really wish that this type of stuff would just. I wish it would just stop.
What's up, Jaws? What's up,
Testing,
Jaws?
testing,
You were
one,
still in the
two, three.
backstage, Marvelous. That's why we didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I did this with BC before. I don't know. I'm seeing if it was working.
Yeah, it's just a whole big old mess at this point.
Why? What's going on now? What did I miss?
Shit, hold on. I'm trying to find a layout that actually looks good to me. I guess this is fine. I'm already aware of the situation. Sorry this happened to you, TFA. Like, I'm actually. You're actually sorry. Like that you had a little. No, I get what you mean. Yeah, like I don't know why people feel the need to do this. So, okay, Marvelous. Long story short, without giving the identity of the person, there was someone out there who fabricated a false screenshot of me saying that I said the N-word to some dude named Shamar and then also to Alfonso. And it has been circulating.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people who were involved with this situation is currently here, but he's not the one at fault. Because he said he came out, he said it was supposed to be posted as a joke. The other member is refusing to acknowledge that this is a joke. He is still claiming that these screenshots are real and that they are fact. Despite the fact that I went onto his public live stream when it was happening and I told him these are not jokes. This is not real. I've never said this shit before. So,
Aren't you like all against that word specifically?
I hate that word.
Of course.
I absolutely hate that fucking word.
So does
Like-
JJ. He also hates that word.
Yeah. That word shouldn't have existed.
No, like I said, it harassed a generation of people of that race for decades. And it's still
No one should ever say that word. Like, I don't like. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. What matters is that that word is very hurtful and honestly painful.
Yeah,
I
JJ,
have a
we
friend of
should
mine-
not say that word, JJ. I 100% back you up. We should not say the N word.
No. I think the whole thing with that word is that what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I had a friend of mine who says that word, but he says it in the like the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas way. If you know what I mean, not with the ER, with the A. And he is of that ethnicity, so I can't really fault him or get upset with that because that's basically their word. You know? It's like the whole thing with the whole Star Wars thing, Nerf herder. It's like that's their word. You don't say that word. But I do absolutely hate the fact that this is something that's still continuing to this day. Racism is still being God, I can't even think of a good word to say. Like tolerated or retaliated, actually. Racism is still being retaliated after years. It's like we took 2 steps forward and then we took like 13 steps back.
Why? Who said the word or whatever?
The person who fabricated those screenshots, and I say that in quotation, is claiming that I said that word.
No. Like, who said it? Like, who was the person that said you said
Well,
it?
that's the thing.
We don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah. There was someone who was circulating it and then acting like it's real, it's not fake. The one person who made it, I have no idea who their identity is. And it's all been treated as like, oh, it's trolling, oh, it's jokes. It's like there's no fucking jokes about this. Like I'm not gonna put up with it.
Was it like
I've
Jazz
said
or
this
Cliff
numerous
Jumper who
times
did
on this
it?
fucking live stream. I am not opposed or against anyone of any skin color or their sexuality. I'm not against or opposed to anyone of a different mentality to mine. If you're neurotypical or neurodivergent, doesn't matter to me. You are a living, breathing human being who is put on this earth, whether you want to be here or not, because let's be honest, I'm pretty sure about 90% of us don't want to be here. None of us has to be here. We just won the race. I'm going to treat you with as much utmost respect and kindness as possible. Even when you're trying to beat me down, I'm still going to greet you with kindness. You're still going to receive the kindness and love platonically as a human being. I encourage the goodness in those people who are doing those things. Simple as that. Just simple as that.
Was it Jazz or Cliff Jumper who said it?
I don't want to say the identity in the stream.
Wait, hold on. Okay. So what did Jazz do?
What do you mean?
Jazz person.
What do you mean, Jazz?
I mean, somebody said that Jazz said something or something. I don't know.
I don't know anything about it.
No, I said
frankly,
did him or Cliff Jumper say something?
well, like I said, cat's out of the bag now. Cliff Jumper was the one circulating those full screenshots. Sunny Miss here did it once and he did it as a joke, but the problem is Cliff Jumper is treating it as fact. And I don't know if he's doing it because he doesn't like me or if he's doing it just because he just doesn't care, but whatever it may be, I hope that changes in the future because like I said, the truth is always going to come out and I'm not going to just sit down and take this because I have so many people messaging me about it's like, oh, or like, what's this about you saying the N-word? It's like, I don't say the N-word. I hate the N-word. It's a stupid word. It's a damaging word. It's one that's harassed African Americans for decades, and it's still being used, and it's disgusting. I fucking hate it. This makes me wish we had more people like TFA. He finds the good and the worst of people. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, you could be a criminal, and I will still look for good in you. Like, oh, he left. But like it's whatever at this point. Like the truth is out there. I'm just the message of this entire stream, the fact that we've been going on for an hour and a half. Trolling ain't okay. That little kid that you're fucking around with on COD saying that like, oh, your mother doesn't love you, you should kill yourself, all this other bullshit. That ain't okay. That's not trolling at that point. That's harassment. That's cyberbullying. That is encouragement of taking their life.
Yeah,
dedicating your time,
good.
hours or minutes or years or months or however quantity amount of time that you decide to take to target someone else. That's time that could have been done doing something else that you might have enjoyed. I'm not going to sit here and be like, if you enjoy this, you're evil, because you're not evil. You're misguided.
Yeah, no one's evil.
Well, tell that to
Well, I mean, yeah, people can be, but there's always good in somebody.
I'm just saying, it's like there is evil out there, but I'm not going to say there's evil in everyday people because you never know. Everyone's going through something. That's the thing. And ultimately, that's like I said before, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Exactly.
The golden rule. It's literally one of the staples of humanity, of common decency. That's it. Oh, excuse me. I want to go and share a message from TF Hunt Productions because he messaged me on Instagram since he can't join. But he said, since I can't get it linked up, this is what I wanted to say. As a longtime fan of Transformers, I always found it difficult with autism to make friends and was often targeted and bullying. Often it was to the point teachers would have to look for me because I would run into secluded areas and hide. But what lifted my spirits was my first best friend, Landon. He was the closest thing I had to a brother. Landon, throughout his life, strived to never pick fights or argue with anyone. Instead, he chose to aid them in ways most people nowadays would not take the time to do. He always stepped into arguments not simply to side in one's favor over the other, but rather so that he can help them find a common ground so that the fighting would stop. He never judged anyone for their gender, their religion, or their color of their skin. He treated everyone the same way as if they were his own family. And over time, we shared the same interests, Transformers, superhero stuff, and so on and so forth. But most of all, he inspired me to pursuing my dream to become a film director and storyteller. We promised each other that we would never give up on what we wanted most. It sounded like an anime thing, like One Piece. I'm not trying to diminish it. That just sounds cute to me.
Yeah.
But tragically, he didn't get to fulfill his promise. He tragically passed away due to a brain aneurysm 5 years ago, and I didn't learn of his death till after he was gone. But even while he was gone, I did not get the chance to say goodbye to him. I felt what we must all bear in mind is the lesson he had strived to teach while he was alive, and that lesson was this. We should not dwell nor focus on what divides us or which separates us from one another. If we are to make it so that our world will take its first steps in choosing a path where our children can learn and adapt from our mistakes, we must learn to look past our differences and that in history which divides us and remind ourselves of the better half of history, the parts in which we came together. Only then can we make it so that issues like these will grow to becoming inexistent someday. Cliff may have made his choice, so have others like him, but we cannot focus on trying to change their perspectives if we cannot change them. Instead, we must focus on improving ourselves to show that we can be better than those who try to break us apart. He was 19 years old. Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
19 years old, man. Wow.
He didn't even get to see his full life.
That's crazy.
Shit.
You said you do.
Yeah. Doing a little bit of trolling is not the way to go.
So, and please don't take this as a targeting way or anything. I'm just asking you personally. What did you learn exactly from this whole experience? Because you did share the stories. Like you know what I mean? Because like you sort of contributed, but you rectified it by taking it down. But I'm just saying, like, what did you learn from this exactly?
I should have probably asked you if they were real. Because, yeah.
And that's the thing, is that people will believe anyone else when it's first said by someone else, but as soon as the real person says it, then they change their mind. They don't stop and take that extra second. Excuse me, I don't have any drinks in here, so my throat's dry. But they don't take that extra second to be like, I should consult this person who is being targeted in this and see if this is something they would say. Or, not saying you, Sonny Mess, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
Or they don't take that extra second to think, is this something that this person would really do or say? Because it's one thing to share it, it's another thing to believe it. Because it's like someone could make another false screenshot or a post of like some famous YouTuber and them Photoshop behind a corpse or something and be like, oh my God, can you believe insert YouTuber here committed a homicide? It's like, what would you believe? Would you actually, like, what if it was Jacksepticeye? Can you honestly sit there and tell me you would believe Jacksepticeye was capable of killing someone?
That's just silly.
Like, Jacksepticeye is one of the most kind-hearted people on this planet, up to like Markiplier and like all them. Like, they're not capable of doing something like that. And the same can be said with like me or Alfonso or TFI. We're not capable of such like belligerent behavior. We're not. It's just, it's stupid to believe that people will actually believe that crap and not consult the people who are involved. So, okay, I'm gonna add one more person to this, and then I'm gonna cut it off because this is almost a 2-hour live stream, but I think it's a beneficial one for the sake of the community, because I do actually have a video planned on talking about what it means to be a community, because we are incredibly divided for a community.
Yep.
There are so many people at each other's throats that it's disgusting. If this is what a community is supposed to be, I don't want to be part of it. I'm just going to say that. I'll stick with my little clique, but I don't think there should even be cliques. I don't think there should be circles. I think you should be able to include everyone. Unless they're obviously being malicious and whatnot, but then, you know, you have your limits. But like, actually just, you're getting mad and upset over about toys and movies and comics. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Getting mad over opinions, like, for God's sake, it's not politics. If it was political opinion, I can understand, but Transformers? Seriously?
Yeah, like toy robots. Toy robots. This is what we're all fighting about.
Designs that are not to the source material. It's like, come on, get over yourself.
Yeah, like you could joke, like if you guys don't agree and stuff, like y'all could like people can joke around about it, and you know, and pretend they can joke around about it, but it's like once you start attacking them about it, it's like there's no point in that because it's their opinion, and it's just toys, it's just plastic. What you going on about?
Yeah, it's that's the thing. Yeah. But at the same time, though, can just asking a question, not to offend anybody.
I'm already offended. It's 2022. What's the matter with you?
Just
ask me a question. How could you? In this time, in this day and age, what's wrong with you? Questions are illegal. Call the police.
Oh,
I'm too serious. Like,
you're a wonderful man. You already know when's the right time to make me laugh. So
I'm an empath. I can pick up when the mood is down, and I can pick up when someone needs to cheer up, or myself. So
Star Wars is not that bad of a
so
fandom.
serious. We've been like, hey,
What are you talking about?
But here's the thing. Just want to ask this question. Very simple question.
What's up?
Like if you don't have the figure yourself, you're just looking at it, saying that it looks bad, even though it doesn't. Like you say that the figure is terrible, but you don't even have the figure in hand. You don't even bother to experience it. So can your opinion really be justified?
The way that I like to look at that is you have your first glimpse opinion, and then you get a more in-depth opinion the more you see it. When you get it in hand and when you see a photo of it, it's two totally different perspectives on a figure or a movie or a TV show. But the minute you start seeing more of it, and the more you start becoming immersing in it, like, okay, so when everyone first saw Studio Series 86 RC, favorite topic, people were against and supported for it, right? Right.
Yeah.
When Chefitron, even though I hate promoting and talking about this type of shit, granted, he did wait until it was revealed, so I got to give them some credit. He did a review on it. People are still hating on it. People still don't like it. Some people still like it. You cannot just make an opinion based on, I personally think you cannot make an opinion based on photos and a video alone. You need to have it in hand and experience it yourself, not just feed off of someone else's opinion of what they think. In my personal opinion, because I've been guilty of that. I've said before, it's like, oh, that RC and Bulkhead from Legacy. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. Same with Drag Strip. I said the same thing about all three of those. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to really like those that much. I mean, they look cool, but they just look off to me. And then I got them and it's like, oh my God, I love these so much. So, hey, Starscream.
Hey, Lord Master.
Hey. Yes. Starscream is here.
Lord Master Starscream.
I meant to say this earlier too. If you guys don't want to show your cameras, you can turn them off if you want.
Oh, it's all good.
Making sure. I want to make sure there's always like a sense of comfort in these live streams.
Oh,
But yeah, you wanted to kind of piggyback on everything that we were talking about.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on a lot of that stuff. I deal with a lot of cyberbullying, and especially from trolls on my channel, also sending, I won't say what kind, but inappropriate type links. And I'm just saying, and I see a lot of stuff going on the Transformers community that is just insane, especially a lot of the stuff you were talking about. I have to say, it's not nice, especially like stuff that you're dealing with. It's also stuff I have to deal with.
It's far from beyond fucking nice at this point. It's more so like this shit should not be tolerated and it needs to stop.
Exactly.
It's time to stop.
100%. We should respect people's opinions too, like JJ said.
Honestly, like, it's okay if you don't like something. That's what the point of being human is. You don't have to like everything that someone else likes, but don't put someone else down because of it. But and again, it also sort of ties into whole trolling and everything, because people do make fun of other people's opinions and they feel the need to put other people down based on them. Like, you can't even go into like a G1 thing saying like, or not even a G1 thing, but you can't even go into a Transformers group chat or a group on Facebook without someone trying to get at you for saying it's like, oh, I like G1 more than the movies. No, I like movies more than G1. And then all this, like, you want a good example? Schmoptimus on Instagram, Schmoptimus Prime, I believe that's what his name is. He made a story like a couple days ago explaining the dynamic of the TFW 2005 forums. I've never seen so many people get so like angry and so vicious over differences of opinion. Like, that place is a cesspool of toxicity.
Yeah.
I
only
mean, like,
use
the sightings forums are cool, but anything that has like a topic about G1 or movie or anything, it's instantly like toxic. It's like, I don't want to be part of this. I want to say something, but I know someone's going to retaliate against me and act like they're superior.
Super Robot Ed has entered the stream chat. There you go.
They are toxic, and the mods are working. Yeah, I've seen the mods in action. Well, some of them, but the ones who mod their own forums are also just like,
And also, I want to point this out. If it wasn't, I mean, yes, we had Transformers G1 and all that. I love the G1, I do. But also, I'll say this. If it wasn't for the Bayverse, but this is my opinion, I'm just saying, if it wasn't for the Bayverse, I'm sure you wouldn't have the Transformers today, or the Transformers fans today that never even heard of Transformers. And they'll be like, oh, this is something new. Oh, wait. This is something that was released years ago. Let me go look back on all that. Like, say what you want about the Bayverse and also the Bowie movie, but in the end, it got us the Transformers fans today, and it also, as I like to say, it introduced people to a new audience.
Yep.
Because and just like you said, bro, because like when I was like a little kid, like the Bayverse was like the first thing that introduced me to Transformers. So like anyone who tries anyone who hates on it or anything, I'm gonna defend the Bayverse. I'm a defend it for all my heart, because I grew up with it. It's what got me into this community in the first place, and I just love it. So
my introduction was the last night, sadly.
And if
I mean,
people want
everyone
to
has
get
an
mad at
issue
me
with the
for
last
that,
night, but everyone has like an issue with the last night. Me personally, it's my favorite Transformers film. Why? Because it's the one with the most Transformers in it.
And
yeah.
I do want to say this for those who have never seen Transformers. I'm sure Transformers: The Last Night might have introduced kids and all that to a new audience, or you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was my introduction. Sadly, the last
Dude.
night was how I found
You're
Transformers.
you're talking to a veteran. I'm not a G1 veteran, but I am a veteran in the Transformers fandom. Armada, Energon, Cybertron. People shit so much on Energon, and I understand, but I still like it, and I'm allowed to like it.
Yeah.
But anytime someone voices that they like Energon, what's the first thing that happens? Oh, to the guillotine, chop off his head. You're wrong. The same thing can be said
Yeah.
with modern day figures in the main line compared to masterpieces. The minute you start to say, like, I like this over the masterpiece, and then someone gets so pissed off about it. And I had friends of mine who used to do that. Emphasis, well, a friend of mine who used to do that. And like, I couldn't even say it's like, oh, I like this thing without having to hear him say such negativity about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's just the shit's not okay, you know. And as I said in this whole stream, trolling isn't okay. There is no such thing as trolling. Trolling is cyberbullying. It's harassment. It's not okay.
no.
Yeah. Don't make excuses for it. Trolling is bullying, no matter what you want to call it. Bullying is bullying. Racism is racism.
I don't care if the picture is online or it's already a pre-recorded video. There are people out there who do not tolerate that. There are people who are going to reach out to you and be like, hey, take this down. You did not ask for my permission. If your response is, well, it's on the internet, so it's free grabs. That ain't how it works. I just saw someone take a photo of someone and just share it in a story, and it's no consent. The shit's not okay. I shouldn't have to be the one to say this. If anything, I'm just a dude trying to live my life, but here I am, being a victim to it. I'm the one that's being subjugated to this bullshit. I'm the one who's had to witness this bullshit in my own fucking community.
I cannot tolerate bullcrap like that. I'm just being straight up. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, me neither.
I've cut out family from their viewpoints on my life. I've shut them down entirely. I told them, look, if you have an issue with me buying Transformers and basically being a big kid, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's my life. I'm not here to please you. I'm not here to kiss your feet and worship you just because you walk the same earth as I do.
Yep.
I am entitled, and I say this in the most regular sense possible. I am entitled, the same as anyone else on this planet, to being treated like a fucking human being. Kindness, respect, appreciation, compassion, comfort, all of it. If you are blatantly being an asshole to someone else and you have no remorse whatsoever, you need to look back on your actions. That shit ain't okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, same thing with some other a YouTuber that we know of. I think you know him, TFA, but I'm not gonna say his name. Recently, his quote unquote relative has been telling him to stop buying Transformers. I'm like, you know, he is a Transformers fan. He wants to buy Transformers for his life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can say it in that sense. It's not like he's the one at fault or anything. And I probably don't even know who you're talking about.
But I think Lord Master knows.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's one of the guys on my streams. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know a lot of the Transformers community.
But again, relatives should at least support each other. You know, your family.
Thank you.
Like, you should support each other. Not like tell people. Tell your other relative, no, you shouldn't buy this. You shouldn't buy it. You should stop buying this. You should stop buying this. No. Why would we listen to that crap?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
And
TFA speaking live. Yeah. Honestly, though, I'm not trying to just pat myself on the back. It's just common decency. It's humanity. It's what everyone should be doing, but they don't for some reason. That's why I'm proud of our community, the TF Addicts for Life community. We've come so far. We've made a safe space for Transformers fans. The problem is there are people outside of it or people who leave it and then decide to be those type of toxic people and shame others or myself and then act like it's okay or act like I have it coming or whatever. It's like, whatever your beef is with me, it does not deserve to have time dedicated to try to bring me down. I had my buddy, my buddy Cyborg's buddy Mitch, whenever he was part of the Transformers community for a while, because it was a hobby for him. He wasn't like super invested in it. He told me that publicity is publicity. It doesn't matter what, good or bad talk doesn't matter. You're getting exposure. I get that's the intent, is to be talked about, but I will not have my name, my character, my person be put in a bad light. I've done dumb shit before. I've said dumb shit before. I've not gone to the extent of that false screenshot saying I supposedly called someone an N-word when I know I never have. And I know I pissed off people before and they make me out to be the villain in their story when it takes two to tango. If you can't live up to your actions, that says something about you, but I can't say that because it's not my place. That's more of a self-reflection thing. But at the end of the day, yes, this is the internet. Yes, you are not going to have severe consequences like someone basically, you run into the street or they're like your next door neighbor, they go up to you and they just beat the shit out of you for what you said online. Because I guarantee you a lot of the shit that you do and say online, you would not have the balls to do in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I got so like vicious and hostile to people for attacking me, and I was like heated to the point where I was cussing at them nonstop. It's like I'll cuss at them like this, but it's not like I'm gonna throw racial slurs or tell them like, "Oh, your mom's a fucking slut" or shit like that. It's like no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents on this. Yeah. Trolling, not okay. Since we're like on the topic of trolling, this is definitely related. Fat shaming is not okay either.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sucks. Okay, it
Fat
sucks.
shaming or body shaming of any kind.
Did you see my post, JJ?
Yes,
Some
I read
people were fat shaming me because I am overweight, and yeah.
And
he is. So Sonny, I'm very sorry that this is happening to you, and I'm praying that it should stop very, very soon, because fat shaming is not okay. Because you are a human. You are a human. You are your own man. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. You're still a human. You're still a human being. Okay? You can have your own feelings. You can have your own opinions. You can look whatever you want to look like.
The same thing can be said with anything. Body shaming, life shaming, shaming of any kind, doesn't matter. If someone's living with their parents, hey, guess what? They have a house. They have a home. Let it be.
Yep.
Exactly. What's the point
Like,
to make fun of them?
Like,
They're
if
You
still
want someone
human.
to be homeless? You want someone to struggle for the rest of their life on the street, scavenging for food, being so desperate and so low they can't even survive themselves? You
Yeah, like, if
want
some-
that? You're
someone-
really going to promote that type of perception on someone from living with their parents, calling them a loser. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
believe me.
My parents, well, parent.
Yeah, if
Am I
someone's
complaining
just
about it?
trying,
Yeah, a little bit. I hate it, but I also like it because I'm still close to my dad. Sorry, I keep cutting someone off. It's just this is kind
No,
of a
it's-
touchy subject.
yeah,
That's like,
Believe me, I deal with the exact same thing with related to my mom, because I won't go into detail, but she is heavily mentally ill and all that. And when I was the last girl I was with, my mother ended up fat shaming her and called her a lazy, the B word, called her so many things, even said that her name on YouTube meant something I'm not going to say, but yeah, I know how you feel. And I almost got
I mean,
kicked
you can
out
say,
numerous times.
you can say, I don't care. I don't get monetized, so it's like I'll drop.
Oh, okay.
I'll drop the fucking word. It's like, oh, it's like I've had people who were cunts. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't give a shit.
well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure but yeah, like literally called my girl a slut because her name was Mistress Slipstream on YouTube. That was her name, but that's not her name anymore, which basically meant a married man's whore or something like that. Literally called her a whore, called her a fat, lazy son of a bitch. And I just cut my mom out of my life. Me and her, like, we don't get along at all. We fight like crazy. I'm happy I'm living under, I have a house, but she's that type of person that just wants to kick me out and all that. And knowing I have nowhere to go or anything like that, I just don't tolerate bullcrap like that, even from anybody. I'm saying it straight up. I don't.
Yeah.
For those who deal with that, I cannot tolerate bullshit like that, and I don't. I'm sorry for saying this, but for those who do that, you seriously think about what you're doing. That's a human being you're talking about right there.
Bro, don't be sorry about it. Don't ever be sorry about it. You have the right.
Well, I
Everyone has
mean,
the right.
I hate I don't. Well, actually, I ain't calling people out or names out, I should say. But
No,
like I said,
dude, you're talking to a general audience at this point. My audience, sure, but like at the end of the day, you're talking to people in general.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who sees it. It doesn't matter who doesn't see it. The message is out there, and it's going to keep being out there, and I'm going to keep making sure it's out there. In fact, and I rarely do this.
I'm gonna say this,
is
and
something
excuse
that
me.
has
Well,
been
actually,
going on. Hold on, I need to go single focus for this, just for emphasis sake. This is something that has been going on for decades. This has taken the lives of children and adults, men and women. The actions that you display towards another living, breathing human being to cause them to take their life before it's even seen appalls me. Now, again, I'm not going to say I'm a saint because I'm not. But Mama didn't raise no fool. She taught me to be kind. She taught me to kill them with kindness. She taught me respect. She taught me compassion. She taught me how to be a human. That is why, even though my relatives have forced me into the position of being a full-time caretaker for both my late mother and my current father, or my dad, throughout everything that I've endured, I've always been kind. Yeah, you may push me. Yes, I may say or do things that I don't mean. Yeah, I get hostile. Surprising, right? No, because everyone's capable of it. We protect what we care about the most, whether it be people, interests, or ourself, anything. It does not matter. You have one life. And as someone who has contemplated and even attempted to commit suicide more than one time in the last decade, it's a dark place to be.
yes.
It is not a place that anyone should ever be. It is not one that I would want my worst enemy to be in. I believe in the good and kindness of every single person on this earth. Be you just an everyday average Joe, a criminal, whatever it is you are, whatever it is you did, doesn't matter. You're here. Your action today defines your character now. Stop the trolling.
Your
Spread
past
this
does not
video.
matter.
Stop the trolling. Stop.
Exactly.
No, don't even stop the trolling. Stop the cyberbullying. Stop the harassment. Stop the abuse. Because it is all damaging to mental health. It is all damaging to every single human on this planet. Spread this video.
Yes.
Spread this message. Let it be heard. Because if we are a community, this needs to show that everyone can agree. We need to start acting like one.
One world, one people.
Yes. I totally agree with you. And like I was saying, I don't care who the fuck it is. I'm sorry. For people like me in my situation, like I'm unable to get a house or anything like that. And this also to other parents that I have to parents out there that are just like my mom. I'm saying it right now. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, or for those who think that depression, and also this comes from my mom, she believes depression, anxiety, none of that stuff exists. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. It's a thing. I had some friends of mine that literally suicide themselves because of it, and also YouTubers that also did the same thing. And it's not, I'm just saying, to trolls out there, I don't think you really know what you're doing to other people, especially like when he was talking about damaging other people. You're doing more than just damaging. If you mess with the wrong person, you don't know if they're going to kill themselves. And if you can sleep tonight knowing that that's something you have on your mind, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm just straight up.
I'm not going to say that they're beyond help, but they're going to need a lot of it.
Yes.
Remember what has happened here today. This goes for everyone. Don't just brush this aside. Rewatch this video.
Please don't.
Next time you decide to blatantly attack or target someone, watch this video. The next time you are subjugated to being targeted and or attacked, watch this video. Because this is basically the staple. This is a beacon to light this darkest hour for the community as a whole, for people as a whole.
Yes.
Keep in mind, it took a fucking pandemic to make awareness to mental health. Everything is tied to mental health. So the next time you want to pick at me or someone for posting a story about saying, oh, we can't do it anymore, wait until it's your turn. Wait until you're at that low and you try to say this to a parent, or you try to say this to one of your best friends, or you go on Instagram, or you go on Facebook. Wait for the feedback. Watch someone talk shit about you and see how you feel. With all that being said,
Yes.
I'd like to thank everyone here for tuning in. JJ, Prince, Starscream, Sunny Miss, Marvelous, and
Explicit.
Hunt Productions and Explicit. Honestly, I didn't even think I would have people join this, but this is clearly an issue that needs to be resolved, and I feel like not enough people speak about it.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those times where I'm not going to back down from it.
Mm-hmm.
To Cliff Jumper, I hope you do well, dude. I hope the next time you get a thought about putting up a story about me or someone else, you think twice. I hope you have a sense of empathy. I hope that you achieve everything that you want in life, and that you live the best life you possibly can. To any of you who are struggling right now with any mental illness, ADHD, bipolar, depression, anxiety, executive dysfunction, if you're going through a physical illness, I hope you overcome it. I hope you can continue to live. I hope you find that light to continue to shine.
Yes.
You are here for a reason, regardless of whatever it is. If it's the greater scheme of things, or if it's just switching purposes year by year, month by month, whatever it is, just move. Just move. Thank you all very much for tuning in, hanging out with us. Please, like I said, spread this video, share it on Instagram, share it in a community post here on YouTube. Whatever it is you want to do, please do not just dismiss this video. Actually watch it, because there is a message here, and it deserves to be heard and shouted across the mountains.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give content updates and everything, but like I said, it's just not that type of thing. But to everyone who's been affected by this situation, I sincerely apologize that you believe that I would do something like that or say something like that. To the people who have started this situation, I hope you learn that this is not okay and that you consider stopping, because you are damaging a lot of people, and it's not okay at all. And I hope that you learn and you grow and you continue to evolve into a better version of you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone struggles. Everyone gets tired.
Mm-hmm.
Part of being human.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time you want to go into your stories and you want to make a joke or attack post about how I complain about my life while still getting Transformers, or how I don't work despite the situation that I don't really have any control over, think twice. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to come after you. This is just a message to everyone, every troll, every cyberbullier in this community, any person who feels the need to put someone else down. This is a message to all of you. Treat others the way you want to be treated. 100%. You're all human. Act like it.
100% could not agree more.
Same here.
With that being said, everybody, I've taken up enough of your time. Please share this video. Like if you want to see more of this type of stuff. If you agree with the message, leave a comment on any experiences you endured during for the Transformers community, whether it be bullying, whether it be targeted for attack or whatever. And know that as cliche and as cookie cutter as this sounds, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Even when you think it won't happen to you, it probably will. There's always going to be the first chance for everything. And I hope that you survive it.
Yeah.
Keep fighting the noblest of fights.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
And one more thing before we end off here. Just to say this, everyone is entitled to their own opinions. No need to attack each other for it. So.
No one needs to attack anyone. Period.
Yeah.
Period. There's no.
Yep, like JJ said, do not attack people for their opinions. Respect them. Don't degrade them.
With that being said, everyone, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. All of you guys for being part of this. Like I said, I didn't think anyone would really join, but thank you for doing so. I'm sorry that you've had to undergo this. I'm sorry that you've been part of the situation, that you've been made aware of it, but it's better to hear it than fall on deaf ears. So
yeah.
And yeah, that's all I have to say. So as usual, everyone, please remember, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace out. One.
Till all or one.
Till all or one.
Until
I love
it's fun.
Transformers.